Hello and welcome to D&D with High School Students presents the Summer Sessions 2019, and we have returned for episode 2. I am here with the girls and the boys.
Hey.
Good morning.
All right, so a brief recap. You guys might recall that we left off in a cemetery where you had actually very cleverly, Tony, figured out a way to manipulate the power of your Speak with Dead to be able to grant...
Oh, I played a song, didn't I?
Yes.
So that's right, I sang and asked them questions.
Using your magical instrument, you extended the power of your spell to be able to communicate with more of the dead in the vicinity.
I have a lot more information. Oh my god.
And shortly thereafter, you guys started looking around the cemetery, but a giant tremor in the earth happened. And then another greater tremor happened, and the earth split open. An earthquake created this chasm. And a couple of you guys fell into the chasm. And those couple are Jaraffa and Mantra. Now, Jaraffa and Mantra, each one of you guys need to roll 4d6, 4 of the 6-sided dice, and add them up. It's the column. Yeah, roll all 4 of them, add them up.
Oh, I don't want that. That's not fair.
You do want that.
Can I just do them all at once?
Wow,
So
that's consistent.
you take 10 damage.
I got 5, 2, 3.
Yes,
12.
and you take 12 damage from your hit points because you fall. Both of you fall, and you fall like 40 feet, and you're like, ouch, ouch, and you land on the ground of where this earth split open.
Was it
and
in
you're-
the tomb?
It was through, like, there's this giant rift, this giant chasm through the entire cemetery.
Just
And
the
it
cemetery.
even goes up to the hill, but it kind of stopped there. So there's like rubble and stuff. There's a bunch of dust and smoke. But as the dust and kind of smoke from this earthquake clears, those of you who succeeded on your saving throw, your dexterity saving throw, you guys see this rift. And you kind of approach and you peek down into the rift, the chasm. And far down below, you hear like coughing and like from like Jaraffa and from Mantra.
You good?
What do you guys see down there? You both have night vision, so look around.
So what you see, first of all, you see them looking up at you.
How far away do they look?
They look like 40 feet
away,
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could, with their help and some rope, you could probably climb back up.
I have hemp rope.
Yeah. But interestingly enough, you also notice that this chasm seems to have opened up into something else that might have been there before. Because where you guys are, not too far from where you guys are, you see like man-made stonework, as if like the chasm opened up to something that was already underground.
It looks like there's like a path.
Yes, going into like towards the mountain, back towards town.
You want to check this out?
Yeah, let's go.
So, what do you guys do on the surface?
I want to get down there. I have rope. Or don't.
So, Sam, you figured you could either climb down like free climb down, or you can use rope and you and Caedmon can go down.
I have.
Can I ride Sam or
Yes, she is strong enough. You could like piggyback and go
Okay.
down. So, Samantha, make
I was trying
a.
to think of a better way to
Wait,
phrase
oh.
that. I couldn't. Oh, there's more information
Piggyback.
here.
Okay, pause.
Can I have thieving tools?
Dude,
Does
no,
that
look,
include
dude,
rope?
there's some like super select.
No, but you have
opening
rope in your,
gateway to
pack.
Nazrak
Oh,
when
yes.
you neck
Can I
prone
tie
use
rope to like something
candles.
secure
Yeah.
around us?
We
So
use
you
the
could
20
tie your
candles to
rope
open
off
the
to one of the
Medusa oil,
heavier
which we
grave
use
markers,
Okay.
This is
and
the
you
Medusa
can
aisle.
tie off and then like climb down, and basically Caedmon can
gonna-
piggyback.
I'm going to tie it and then I'm gonna free climb down because I don't want to test the rope
Well,
in case.
yeah, you could do that.
You just want to leave it in case. Yes.
So, you're just
So
gonna
basically
jump down
you have a way to climb back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So are you gonna let him piggyback with you?
We figured out who the demon was, too. Wait.
Can you?
He's the god of the
can,
void.
Can you? Well, yes.
That's your
hunch.
That's your hunch.
Yeah, but we're
Okay,
it's a pretty
Sam.
strong hunch.
So is he piggybacking with you?
Yeah.
All right. So then you make the athletics
Is
roll.
Tony riding me
Alright.
down?
Aw,
There you
19.
go.
Yeah, more than enough.
Alright.
So you easily piggyback down, and you guys get to the bottom,
Okay.
and Jaraffa and Mantra are there, and now you see them kind of looking at this area where the crevice from this earthquake opens up into some architecture that looks like it might have been there already. And you notice that the stonework is very similar to the large ancient blocks of stone that you guys saw when you went into the expedition before. Like where you found that temple and stuff. It's the same kind of age and architectural style. And it seems to go off as a hallway almost into the mountain. Some of the rock from this fall has collapsed stones and earth. So you guys have to kind of like excavate a little bit and dig out in order to continue into the hallway.
Okay.
So you do?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys start digging, and it doesn't take that long before you've cleared enough of a path to kind of climb over and continue on. Okay, does anybody not have dark vision?
No, I have dark vision.
You all
I feel
do?
like I
Yeah.
do.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a half elf, so I feel like I already have.
Okay, so you guys basically, as you go into this hallway, the light that came down, the sunlight that was coming down from the crevice is dissipated now, and you're kind of basically in the dark. So you're walking along, and you walk through this hallway for quite a ways until you get to a larger chamber. There's no door, but there's like an archway. So you guys proceed into this chamber, and you notice that there's the same kind of large stone man-made blocks make up the size of this square chamber. There are columns all throughout the room holding up the ceiling, and they seem to be in good shape. The air down here smells like it hasn't been like opened in a long time. The other thing that you guys notice is that some of the stonework has like murals painted on it, and the murals depict images of different kind of like symbolic people.
Do we recognize these people?
You can choose to make a history or religion roll if you
Do
want.
any of them look like the demon?
My religion.
No.
Damn it. Okay, sorry, that was melodramatic.
They look more humanoid, so I'll describe what you see. One of them looks like an older human man with like long hair and a long beard, and he seems very strong, and his arms are like crossed like this. Okay,
What is his hair color and what is his clothing?
like white hair, white beard, very strong, broad shoulders, and his arms are crossed like this, and he's just like looking out. Another one looks like a woman, like a very shapely woman, and she looks like she's pregnant because she has like one hand like on her belly and the other one like kind of like this, and she like the way that the image is painted, she's like sitting on a rock near a river, and there's like trees
Wait.
and like
Do we recognize the river?
there's like bushes and like berries and fruit and stuff, and you see there's like a flat stone slab like next to her with like sheafs of wheat and
Earth.
and grain and like berries and stuff.
Earth related.
Um,
Could she possibly be Mother Nature? Never mind.
you also notice there's another image of of another kind of human looking man who's holding like two scrolls, like one scroll in each hand, and behind him in the mural there are two columns, like two perfect columns behind him, and he's holding the two scrolls. And these images continue around the walls. So like each wall has like 3 different images.
So there's like, what, 12 of them or something like that?
Yeah, so you notice that there would be 12, but there's an archway
Oh.
across the room from you guys of a hallway that continues on. So there's 11 in this particular room.
Would you say that this arch
Another
looks
image-
like a gateway?
Yes. There's also there's another. There are a few more images, but they all seem to be human images,
Okay.
except for one of them that is. It looks like a human body, but it's a female human body that's naked, but with a skull for a face. You also notice one where it looks like a man who has a candle floating over his head. Like there's like a little candle and fire, and he only has one eye. He has like a cyclops. Like he has one eye, and then there's a candle floating over his head. So there's these various depictions throughout the room that you guys notice on these murals. And then, like I said, across from you, there's an archway, and it leads to a hallway that continues on. Yes, Sam.
Roughly what time is it at this?
So it's like late afternoon.
Oh, we have to be with the Clink model.
Tony.
Can I
That's what I-
briefly
that's what I was
use my knowledge to remember what Nezrak and the Necromans are? Because I feel like they could be helpful in figuring out this archway. Because I just talked to the dead people about them, but I can't remember off the top of my head what they are.
The dead described Nezrak as the necromancer.
Right, okay. That explains something more.
You don't know who Nezrak is.
We do know we need it to open the gateway to the Medusa Isle, and this is an old-looking gateway, and part of me wonders...
The gateway,
Is
it's just another arch. It's the same as, it looks the same architecturally as the arch that you guys walked through to get into this room. And now across from you is another arch that continues in a
Are
hallway.
we just in like a room? Like
Yeah.
there's
there-
no doors anywhere else?
There,
that we
there are
see?
no other doors. There's no furniture. There's no. It's just literally a large room with these giant stone blocks in the same architectural style as what you guys saw.
In the dungeon.
are there any little animals nearby?
No.
No.
You don't get the impression that anyone's been in this.
Can
No
I,
living thing.
No.
Can I go by the pillars?
Yeah.
The columns and like tug on them or push on them?
Yes. You thoroughly check all of these things. There do not seem to be any secret doors or secret levers or any buttons or anything. They seem to be just structural columns that are holding up the block ceiling.
Lame.
So is this at the end of like the hallway?
You
This, like,
think
chamber.
that maybe where you guys came from, there might have been a hallway leading to some other part, but that collapsed when the earthquake happened. So you're going in, you're basically going back into the mountain. So
Okay.
where you guys went in for the expedition, that was like right under the town. Okay, like remember it was like under the inn. You guys are southwest of that. That's where the cemetery is. So now you're kind of headed back northeast towards the town.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to continue?
Yeah.
All right.
Continue where? Where's the
Inward.
room?
Through the hallway?
Through the
Do
hallway.
the hallway.
Okay. So you guys continue walking. And as you continue walking, you walk for probably another like 200 feet. But this time, this hallway has little side doors. No, there aren't doors, but there's archways. And the archways lead to little antechambers, like basically small 10 by 10 rooms. Now, these 10 by 10 rooms actually have furniture in them. And each room is almost identical. There's basically a bunk bed and a couple of chests and dressers.
You got loot.
Perhaps these can be some sort of barracks, maybe? Could be some sort of like army, like station, possibly if there was an army that was housed here at one point.
Do you guys want to like
'Cause
search
it-
through the
I wanna
rooms?
Because there's no bar. It doesn't seem like a prison, correct?
No,
Okay, then perhaps
there are
it's a
no
barracks.
doors.
Barracks or servants' chambers. Perhaps this is a palace of some sort. Because
You-
servants would have similar.
Loot.
Okay,
What?
do you guys want
I
to start?
wanna loot.
Okay.
She wants to loot.
Okay.
So you guys start looking
I
through
wanna
stuff.
do that too.
Okay, no rolls necessary because you're not like frantically searching. But you guys start basically looking in these rooms. And just as the furnishings are almost the same, the contents within are almost the same. So each of these dressers has robes. simple, like robes.
Okay, monk
All
thing.
of the robes are black. Each dresser also has a what looks like an alabaster mask, like a white plain mask.
That's not terrifying.
So, and the masks don't have any distinguishing marks. They all look the same, and they have a plain, like very neutral expression. Like they're not smiling, they're not frowning, they don't look evil, they don't look
They're like-
happy. Yes.
Wait. Can we draw any similarities to the stuff worn by the priest lizard when he attacked us?
It doesn't seem to be similar. Like that priest looked like
Okay.
his garb was made out of like a mixture of like clothing and furs and just random like bones and
I
stuff
want to
like
take
that.
one of the masks
Okay.
with me.
The robes all seem to be about the same size. They seem roomy enough to accommodate like a human or someone of human size.
Okay.
I want to. I take one of the robes and one of the masks and I sort of fold them up and put them in my backpack.
Okay. They would be very like long on you because
Yes,
you're
that's
small.
why I'm not wearing them.
Okay. Other than robes and masks, you don't really see anything else in any of these rooms.
Dang it.
But there are, as you proceed down the hall, there are probably 5 on each side. So you go like another couple hundred feet down this hallway, and there's another archway that opens up into another really big stone square room.
All right, so there's got to be some sort of temple, right? Because these are like monks. These are some kind of priests, right? We have the white masks and the
What if
monks'
those-
clothes.
What if the lizards are there?
I'm thinking the lizards might
It's
be
a
there too.
different
But what
area,
interests
though.
me is where I'm thinking about the void, right? And so like, and I'm saying this as my character. I'm
Yeah.
like metamoming it. So I'm thinking, guys, that like, we just talked about Nezrak, the necromancer. He's this like god of the void, right? We're walking through this temple. There's all these black monk robes and like white, like face masks that like are trying to like hide your face. That seems like a very voidy kind of thing to me. So
I don't know.
I feel like we should continue on. Hopefully we can find some sort of like burial ground and I can try to interrogate.
I just want to put out to the group the fact that 5 seconds ago before we fell down, the dead people said we were on a Rakazine, and now we're 40 feet under the ground after the earthquake happened so many years ago. Kind of like this just happened again. So I feel like they have something to do with Rakazine.
I agree, and I think that
I
by
feel like
continuing
something's
down
up.
this chasm,
Because they said that Rakazine was there, and we just fell 40 feet and found this whole other thing.
cool.
So you guys make it into this larger room. The larger room is similar in architecture to the first room that you guys went into. There are rows of columns, but it's much bigger. Also, on the walls, you see more murals in the same organization, the same spacing as the first smaller room. These murals continue to depict different humanoid people with different appearances, males and females. Some of them are wreathed in ice or fire, and you count out yet again, there are 11 of these depictions and another hallway archway that continues on.
Is it the same 11 or is it different?
No, these are different.
Okay. Do we recognize any of these ones?
You can make a history or religion check.
I have a higher history, I believe.
I have a 0 and a 0, so can we do it?
Yeah.
History.
It's a 20, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, feeling smart today,
Plus
though.
3.
Yeah.
Where's my religion? Plus 3. Great. It doesn't really matter which one.
19 plus 0, 19.
Darn. Okay. I have like 9.
Okay.
Jaraffa.
Despite your thorough scanning, you don't feel like you recognize
I
anything.
got 17.
Okay,
What'd you guys get?
17.
16 or 6. Yeah, 16 plus 6.
So you had a
22.
22. All right, despite your religious training, you do not recognize any of these depictions, any of these murals. None of them seem to be recognizable as the 4 elemental deities of New Wolf-Otmai.
Do any Do any of the pictures we've seen at all bear any resemblance to either the phenoobs, either in the eyes or?
No. In
Possible
fact,
clothing.
curiously, what you notice is that all of these depictions have been human or some kind of human crossbred with something else. But like the
Half-human.
blonde elf Finoop, you don't see any pointy ears on any of these depictions on the wall. Not a single one has pointy ears like an elf.
So none of them are elves at all, like even half, or some of them could be half.
No.
So no.
Could be a time before elves. Scary.
Or
Okay.
elves.
I say we keep walking.
Scary.
Do we
Okay.
notice anything else? We'd thoroughly check the huge square chasm, right?
You thoroughly check again. You go and feel around in all the columns and all that stuff too. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's all structural. The only thing, are, like I said, are the murals, the depictions that you guys have seen.
Okay.
The hallway continues on yet again. In the same format previously, there are little antechambers. You notice that these are basically the same. And as you check the contents of each of these, you notice that they have the same robes, the same alabaster masks, with the exception that some of them have other kind of like religious paraphernalia. So you see like little bowls, you see censers, like incense things with the chains and stuff.
Could I have one of those? Could I grab one of those?
Sure, there's nothing in it but ash.
Okay.
It looks like
That's fine.
long ago, whatever might have been in it, maybe incense of some kind, but there's nothing in it now. It seems like it's just ash.
I still want to take it.
Okay. You notice small like gongs, like little ding, like, and you notice bowls with like these wooden kind of mallets that are made for like meditation and stuff like that. So
Like when you do the
yeah.
glass.
Are
Yeah.
they all huge?
They're not huge. No, they're
Oh,
like
they're-
human sized.
Oh no, I mean like like the big.
Oh no, there's no big gongs, just
Okay.
small like ding.
Okay.
Like,
I'd take one of those.
but
too.
they seem to all be of some kind of like religious purpose,
Your
like
backpack
for
weighs as much as
meditation
you, I
or for
swear.
prayers.
Then you should have
Um,
taken some big guy. I just gave you 100 gold.
Tony,
coins.
in one of the rooms, you guys actually do find in one of the drawers, you find a packet of incense that's not been burned.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to take that as well.
It seems very. It seems. Do you guys remember when you guys ate the 100-year-old gum in Whisker Du?
Yes.
How like it wasn't bendy.
Go check it out. Go
Yeah.
check out Whisker Du.
Here, I'll
Sorry.
switch. There you go.
Thank you. Whisker Du,
Yeah.
a wonderful magical place where dreams come true.
Yeah, that rhymed. Good. All right, so
He's
you remember how the
reversing that.
100-year-old gum like snapped in half and was brittle? The incense that you find, instead of being like a little bit malleable, is very. It's like petrified, basically. You figure you could probably burn it if you had to, but like it's so old that it's like kind of like a brick.
So we're kind of late to the party
Okay.
here.
All right, so you guys continue on. You continue on for yet hundreds more feet.
Yeah.
And you figure by now you must be somewhere near where you would be underneath the town of Kadimki-Kala because of the hundreds of feet that you have traveled. And you get to yet another chamber. This chamber is similar in layout with a difference.
Okay.
You notice that they're in the same format where there's 3 murals per wall. The murals look like in this room like they have been scratched away, like crudely scratched away, like defaced, like as if someone took like rocks and just like scraped them away. So you can see like
Do they
parts
look
of the paint
claws?
on the mural.
Like lizard claws?
Not like claws, like somebody used a rock or something to scrape away the paint
Like they
from the
didn't
mural.
want people to see what
So
it
you
was.
could still see like roughly little pieces of what used to be a mural, but they've been defaced. The other thing you notice is that this room is trashed. Like there's stuff in this room. You see bones. You see piles of like leftover clothing. You see like spears and weapons laid out around the room. And you notice this room is a little bit different because there are actually 3 arches that go to 3 different hallways, one in each direction.
But you said there are bones, correct?
There are bones.
What are you gonna do?
There's
Take the bones?
there's bags that
Good thing I
have
can
like
speak
piles
to the
of
dead.
stuff.
What?
If there's bones, that means they're dead, right? So I could speak to them?
Yeah, how many more spell slots do you have, Chief?
God damn it. I don't
Rip.
know. I have no idea. I never keep count. I
On
have
that
no idea.
second sheet.
Okay.
Your
Which
spells
one?
sheet.
This guy?
Yeah. So you used,
You used only 2.
yes.
Sweet. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the incense, whatever.
Incest?
I'm gonna cut
I'm taking
like
the
a little
incest.
rectangular,
Dive into the mind
rectangular square.
Yeah.
Right? I want to put it into my mandolin, and I want to take the incense burner, put it on like the side of my mandolin, and like burn it off my mandolin. And then I'm also gonna have Jaraffa play the
someone
gong
draw
in
this, by the
time
way?
while I'm singing to the dead.
Like I'm like playing the tambourine.
Yeah,
Yes.
almost. So I'm burning the incest out of the thing and
Incest.
playing my magic mandolin.
Okay.
And I'm basically like, spirits who remain here, I wish to speak to you. About incest.
Okay. So
About
first,
incest. Yeah.
first thing that you're gonna do,
Want to have an open conversation.
you're gonna make a performance roll.
Okay.
Using this rig and Jaraffa's assistance, I'll let you make it with advantage. So a 9 or
13,
13.
but wait, hold on.
13
Plus
plus
8.
performance.
Plus 8.
All right, 21. So you succeed on your performance roll. You begin warming up. You get the incense burning. Jaraffa's doing like a
Help me
You're
with
like-
the incest.
strumming.
The incest.
And I put the robe on and the mask.
Okay, you stop what you're doing and put a robe and mask on.
Yeah.
And now you're playing.
Yeah.
You have to roll up the sleeves because
Yeah,
they're for
yeah,
humans
yeah,
and
yeah.
you're short.
And he's like walking forward and he's like stepping
Okay.
around front of it.
It
the
was like
entire
All right.
a ghost.
So here's the question. What, as you begin to cast the spell, you're playing this music. Okay? Now remember how the spell works. You get 5 questions.
To every dead person in the room, right?
You,
I sing and I
that will
play
be
my magic mandolin.
that will be determined. So you're standing next to a pile of bones with a skull. So you're asking that question. You're asking that one first. Okay. So begin asking your questions.
Okay.
Think about your questions. Don't just react. Think about what you want to know.
First question.
Thank you.
What is a
I'm
raccoon?
inspirational.
Okay.
Mm.
Where is this place that we dwell, spirit?
We dwell in Kadimki Kala.
I mean the specific building that we're in.
I am not in a building. I died walking towards the town of Kadimki Kala.
Who were you
So
killed
passive.
by?
I was attacked by lizard men. They came at night and attacked my family.
Do you know of a purpose for your family and you getting attacked by lizard men? Anything possibly that you could have done to provoke them, or provoke a specific god, possibly a necromancer? No, by the name
No,
of.
we are farmers. We were going to Kadimki Kala with a wagon full of livestock, of chickens that we were going to sell at the market when we were attacked.
Man, this guy's life is terrible.
No, no,
What is just trying to
I
sell some
believe
chickens
that
and
was
some
that 5
lizards? I ate 'em.
questions.
You have one more question. I didn't count one of them because technically it was just a clarification.
Think about it. Think.
Or to anger a god.
What is a raccoon?
Don't ask that.
What do you know of Nezrak, the necromancer?
Never heard of him. And that ends your first session. Tony, do you continue playing your song? And try to
Would you
reach
like
out
to
to
continue?
other
But
But
dead?
I,
Put
in my
in a
mind,
coin.
I concentrate with my magic mandolin because I'm now really good attuned to it.
Yes.
And I look to find the oldest body in the room,
The oldest set of bones.
the oldest set of bones.
Okay.
Like the bones that are the most decayed.
You find some in a corner that looked like they've been kicked over there, and you find a skull amongst them. Ask your questions.
How long have you been dead, Dong?
Meta moment. The
Oh.
dead only remember what they knew in life.
Right.
So
Right.
you can't ask the dead. If I was a dick, I'd be like, sorry, you burned a dumb question. But
No,
I'm
that's
telling
okay.
you
Do
to
we
remember
know-
the
That's
spell.
right,
So
Do
that's
we
you,
know what year it is?
Yeah, could we ask them what
And
year they
this-
remember last?
that's something you could add. Yeah, you could ask what year
They
it
died.
is that they would respond with whatever year it was when they died.
What year is it when you died?
No, what year is it?
Bang, bang, bang. What year is it to you? What was the last year you remember?
Dong dong dong.
So he basically cites off the year that you guys would recognize as being about 10 years ago.
That's the oldest one.
Yes.
So
So he says the
died.
year that you guys would equate to being about 10 years ago.
Well, that ruins the party. I thought we were in a really old.
What was your
place.
occupation in life? Were you a
What
farmer?
are these
Possibly.
It's just you
It's a
doing
deep.
I was-
It's a deep purple. Song,
I was
okay?
I was in life I was a skilled
This guy's a
craftsman,
little bit more
and
enthusiastic.
I made quite excellent jewelry.
I wish you would have said.
how's
I
your
was,
day going, bub?
What was the jewelry made from?
I made quite a
Why does that
variety
matter?
of jewelry made of topaz and lapis lazuli.
stones.
No, I don't know if they have something to.
Everything has purpose.
Sherlock's
Uh,
Holmes.
Wait
your
before you
mother's
ask the
name?
Were you
question.
killed by lizard monsters?
Yes, I was traveling towards Kadimki Kala to sell some of my jewelry when our caravan was attacked.
How did you get down here?
Where specifically on the path were you attacked?
Ask how he got down there.
He's not gonna know. He got killed.
That's a good question.
No, ask why he's.
We
in
were
there.
coming from the west.
Where was the attack specifically on the road? About how far out from Kikala?
We were attacked maybe a few miles west of Kadimki Kala.
Miles west.
We were coming from the kingdom of Malakun.
I seriously wish when he has the first question of like. Who
So
are
Tony,
you?
you
I'm
you
the
know
guy
that the
with
kingdom of
chicken.
Malakun is the big kingdom to
Yeah,
the
that's
west
what we were
of
talking about
Kabul
earlier.
Kailash.
And we were saying how their kings could possibly be Finu because they were like
did you
really
make your
old and
jewelry
like
out of?
gods and like almost immortal. Correct.
Well, we killed
The
them.
reason why we can't ask why they're there is because they were killed then brought there.
Yeah,
Like, how do you know?
because there's
I know
no
because
way.
he said we got attacked and killed. They killed my family in like this ambush on coming west.
So
I
the
just wanna
lizard
see-
people store to them then?
Okay, why don't we move
Can
on?
I ask? I want to ask one more. I want to ask one more dead person one question.
Wait.
Yep.
Okay,
The
so I
lizard
pick
people
any of
store
them.
them
Okay.
there? So they.
Actually, I would like to ask all of the dead people in the room one question.
Make him roll.
Just hits a nasty bend, and his
Go
guitar
ahead.
starts glowing.
Where were you attacked by the lizard people coming into blah blah or Kadim Kikala?
So you get a variety of answers. It seems like the general answers are always people who were traveling towards Kadimki Kala. Some of them were attacked on the road coming from the south, some from the west, some from the east. There's
One-
like
one
a few of
location.
them that say that they were out late at night in the town. And they were like walking back from an inn, from a tavern, and then the last thing they remember was being attacked, and they don't even know who it was that killed them.
Thanks. Ooh.
Dong.
Thanks, Jaraffa. All right, let's continue on.
All right, but
I
there's
wanted to
3
find-
archways. We need to figure out which one
So,
we're
do
going
you go north, east, or west?
I'm going west.
Hold
Okay.
up, wait, pause, time.
It's a party on the west
Which
coast.
way is the MI?
It's about
Yeah, but
Couple
what? Just what
hundred
direction?
thousands of
just
miles
what direction? What?
east.
East? Let's not go east.
No, it's not. Is it?
You two,
Oh, yeah.
make investigation rolls.
Western coast. is what we got.
Investigation.
There's the mountains.
Can I make one?
15.
You were helping him. That's why I'm not going to
9.
let you roll.
15.
15 and 9?
State.
Yeah.
All right, 15. You notice. All right, shh.
Hey, cállate,
Hey,
pinche
talk
pendejos.
up. Sam, you notice as they're doing this whole ritual, like you're kind of like scouting, like kind of looking down each hallway in the directions. You notice that it seems like the trash and just that kind of like bones and just random crap that have been dropped or set down seem to go off in all three directions. You go a little bit down each hallway, and you notice that like the hallways similarly have those little antechambers, those little like bedrooms, but these are all trashed. Like it looks like they went through and just smashed things and looted, and just the remains of like the bunk beds and the dressers and stuff have all been like flipped over, turned over, trashed, whatever. You even see like feces, like people took a dump in these rooms, that kind of thing, except it doesn't look like human feces. It just
It's
Lizard?
like lizard
They
feces.
smell little poops.
maybe. Yeah.
Like rabbit poops.
So you kind of like, you guys both noticed this stuff as you were kind of looking in each direction. And it seems like all three of these hallways have already been trashed.
So it's like
Now you don't go all the way down to see what's next, but I just like you kind of scouted out the immediate area and then you come back to them.
Okay. So in all three of the hallways, they're all like been trashed, and so have the chambers that are in them.
That's why it smells like shit.
So what do you want to do?
Tony?
Looking at me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with the bright ideas.
Okay.
You know, asking all the dead people where they're from and
Asking them what they made their jewelry
how much
out
are they
of.
selling their chickens for.
Topaz, by the way.
Topaz?
Topaz.
Why don't, who gives a crap? All right, listen.
I say we go. I say we go.
Too bad.
I think we should go back kind of by where they were congregating.
Instead
wanna
of
go-
moving forward, you want to go back.
No, I want to go deeper into the city, back by the lizards, because I can talk to them now. And if we could kidnap one, I can talk to any animal.
Hold up. Pause.
Time.
You want to
Wait.
kidnap a lizard?
I want to
You
kidnap a
want to
lizard and
purposely
interrogate him.
find the lizard men.
Yes. I feel like they have answers, and I can talk to them now.
Santa Maria.
Your Spanish chanting won't help you now.
Alright.
Ruffner, let's do it. I
Pick
say
a-
I want to go north to the city, and I'll go by myself if I have.
Go AWOL.
I want to go west. I really want to go west. Everyone was attacked west. They're going to be west.
No, everyone
Hold up.
wasn't attacked
We're
west.
not
That's what I was trying
splitting
to
up
figure
the
out, and
party.
they weren't.
Most
We're
of them.
not going down separate things.
Why?
Okay?
Let's Scooby do this.
Cause what if you get attacked?
always-
Who's gonna back you up? You're just gonna fight off 6 lizard men by yourself and your little man?
I'm gonna reason
no.
with them. I'm gonna reason
You-
with them. I have like
You're
plus
not
7
gonna reason
persuasion.
with
I have
a
plus 8
lizard man.
persuasion.
Okay, plus 8 persuasion
You're
with
gonna
8
die.
lizard men that are trying to attack you and kill you.
I'll sing to them with my mandolin and my incense burner.
Incest?
All I know is that we
All right,
together.
decision time.
Where the fuck is Olin at? Like, seriously,
Where-
what is going
Yeah,
on?
where are you,
time.
poncho wearing mother?
We're not doing that. I'm not finding
Do you
a
guys
lizard.
remember that you went up to the temple to try to find Olin?
That's what I mean. Like, why
Yeah,
do we
I
need
do
Olin
remember.
here right
Yes,
now?
why?
Honestly.
Why are we down here?
Yeah.
When we can be up there searching for our other.
You don't know where Olin is.
Okay, well, every
Yeah, but
Couldn't find it.
Olin's probably underneath the city because
Olin
like he's
is
probably
the lizard
looking for
man.
shit.
Hold on,
What?
time
What
out.
is he? He's gonna be at the over the guy of the void.
Guy of the
I didn't
void.
say that, but
The big.
that's part of me what
God,
I
God.
think. I
It's
think
the
he might have
big
gone
titty
back,
guy,
and I
right?
kind of want to
Yeah.
go
The
back and
demon?
try to trick the god of the. He can read my thoughts.
Okay, well, time out.
Okay,
Let's
decision.
Let's.
What are we doing?
So we're
Where
underground.
are we going?
One of these 3 ways has to go up because you can't go down something unless you can go up. So we're
No,
gonna find
they
out
all
now.
go
The
down.
town above us
You're trying to
is
mastermind a
completely
genius.
different than down here.
I
The
have
only reason
before.
we got down to
I
the
have
other
before,
dungeon was because it
Beecher. I
excavated
shall
down.
again.
Hey,
This is a whole other town that we're
now,
in.
I never wanted to be down here. The earth cracked open and I
Either.
fell. All right, I never chose to
Cavemen
come down here.
persuaded us to come down here.
And we got a map of Arachazine.
That was
okay?
last episode.
That's the shittiest map I've ever seen.
Okay,
Not all of
circle.
us are.
What do you guys want to do?
Map
Where?
drawings.
What direction? Go up. Stay down here. West. No, the other
I
direction.
want to go.
square.
I want to go in. If Jaraffa wants to go west, might as well,
Fine.
in my opinion.
You want to go north? Let's rock paper scissors. North or west? Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot. All right, we're going north. Let's go.
go north?
That's how we decided.
Let's go.
Okay.
But as we're doing it, like in real life, I'm
No,
like 10 feet above
he's
him.
over
'cause
here.
I'm
plotting-
going
he's
like
over here
this.
plotting our demise and how we're
You know,
gonna
it's just like a
die.
jack
I
of
haven't
rock
plotted
or
anything.
Your
He's-
brain.
Look.
It's in your brain.
book is
You don't need to write
empty.
anything. It's all
Show
up
us the
here.
other side of the notebook,
You're
Bill.
God. Who cares?
Oh.
This is O'Malley's
Sorry.
math notebook. Look,
And they're just doodles of like.
Matthew O'Malley.
Is there anything in it?
Nope.
No. That's- I mean, come on.
Come on. It's,
This is math.
All right, so you guys go north. You see what?
north.
All right, so you guys see what Mantra and Elhorre already kind of discovered, that this, like the other hallways, seems to be regularly used by what you assume are the lizard men. You notice that some of these chambers, they've all been trashed, but some of them have been used as bathrooms. Like there's piss and there's a smell of piss and shit, and it's disgusting. But the hallway continues north for quite a ways, and then it turns. It doesn't open up into a room.
Which way? Which way does it turn?
It goes into turns to the east,
dang it. West
and then it
side.
continues going to the east for quite a ways, and then it opens up into a room. Roll perception, all four of you.
I just really 7. I just really want to go west.
Don't forget to add in your proficiency bonus to
I
your
got
perception.
20.
Perception.
20,
19.
19.
I got a 9 and my proficiency.
So we're adding.
Oh,
up
plus
proficiency?
3, so I have
Mine's 10
like
then.
12.
Okay, so you guys are just happily strolling along, trying to ponder why this is different and how it turns to the east, and you're walking along. You two,
Hey.
as you're walking to the east,
That's why we stayed together.
you hear something.
No.
Both of you hear something up ahead. You hear sounds of like, you can't quite make it out, but it sounds like talking, but not in your language. You hear multiple voices.
Is it either Elvish or Gnomish?
No.
Dang it.
I can speak
You hear
English,
multiple
So.
you hear multiple
Alright, well, you're not
voices,
hearing
and the
this right now,
sounds
okay.
If you were to-
kind of remind you of the sounds of the lizard people.
No.
So we gotta go back.
No,
We gotta
no,
turn
stop.
around.
No, I don't like you now.
Why? Why don't you like me?
didn't
What did
wanna
you
meet
discover
them.
while
I
I was
didn't wanna
strolling
come
here with
by them.
Jaraffa? Why?
I
You
didn't
hear
wanna
something?
see them. Yes, I heard.
Yeah,
We heard.
we heard
both
the
heard
lizard
something.
people. Are you not
It sounds
listening?
like the lizard
I
people.
don't know that.
There's
Bill
lizard
told you
people?
guys that. My
Let's go
level
fight
was
them.
lower.
I'm ready.
Eldritch Blast.
I can't just automatically
Well,
know
we
that.
heard the lizard people. We won't go back.
Okay.
So they stop you guys, and they're like, "We hear voices up ahead."
All right.
We should
Go
not.
back. I want to or lean back a little bit. I'm gonna stealthily
What
try to
the-
like sneak up on
You're
them and listen to
tiny.
what they're talking.
Exactly.
so-
he's tiny. That's why.
So
I'm super tiny.
when it comes to sneaking, this is what I need to know. Right now, you guys have stopped in the hallway to kind of you're telling them what you heard.
Yes.
You guys are probably 40 feet away from the end of the hallway.
Using 40 feet a lot today, Bill.
You're probably about 40 feet away from the end of the hallway where you see an archway open up to a room. So I need to know who's doing what.
I'm
Okay.
not.
You
messing
got.
with the
Well,
lizard
I
people
say you guys go back down the hallway a little bit. I am going
I'm
to.
climbing the
I'm
ceiling.
going
I'm
up
climbing
front.
up
I'm
to
about
the
to go
ceiling.
kick some ass.
Can
I don't
I?
know what you mean go down the
The
hall.
ceiling's like 10 feet tall.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh my God! I know. I'm gonna make
What
a
are you gonna do on the
two-dimensional.
ceiling?
I'm gonna make a
Stay
two-dimensional.
up there and hide.
Okay,
I'm gonna
hold on.
make me and Jaraffa. All right,
Yeah.
ready, Jaraffa?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a two-dimensional illusion
Yeah.
up here of like a farmer, right?
Okay.
Can I make noise?
Are you using minor illusion?
Yeah.
You might want to crack the book on that. It's
Okay.
very limited to like what the two-dimensional illusion looks like,
Can I speak tongues? No, I can't.
and also what noises and things you can produce. So you kind of have the option there, but okay. So Samantha,
hold on,
you're
hold
not going to move forward. You're just going to hide. Make a stealth check.
You got full health.
One of them needs to be
18.
left alive.
Yes. You kind of crawl up to a spot in the hallway where you feel like you can blend in. Mantra, what are you going to do? Right now you guys are just standing in the hallway about 40 feet away from the entrance to another chamber.
I want to like hide a little bit, but not too far where I can't hear what's going on.
Okay, make a stealth check. you do your best to lean up against a wall.
No way.
Jaraffa and Caedmon, what do you do?
Wait.
I'm just following his lead for now.
Okay.
I'm just waiting until
It
he
says
swing.
it says you can make either a sound or image. So this is
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do. Because I can like speak to anything now, the sound I want to create is in their language. Someone being like, "Hey, come check this out."
Wait, what do you mean by you can speak to anything?
Are
Are you going to use tongues?
It's hold on, let me pull it up. It's not tongues, but it's something very similar to tongues. It's
Comprehend languages?
oh no, it is tongues. It is
Are you
tongues.
casting that spell?
Yeah, sure. I'll cast tongues and do
Open it
minor
up and make
illusion.
sure that you know how it's working.
Okay.
Tony's just sitting there like getting ready to
Question,
cast it
where
down,
I'm
just
at,
stretching it
Am
out.
I like
Yeah.
on the floor, but like against the wall, or am I like up the wall?
You,
ceiling.
because you're agile enough, you could do one of those things where you like shimmy up the wall and like brace yourself between two things.
Can I
Like you're ninja styled
Can
up
I
on the
like
ceiling.
ninja style like slowly crawl a little bit forward
Yeah.
to kind of like see where they are?
Okay.
You want to get closer to the archway. So you could just use a normal stealth check to sneak up to the archway towards the door.
19.
30.
Jesus Christ.
I have 11 stealth.
Wow. You cat-like sneak, and you're like literally right up by the archway door, and you can peek in now. You see another really big stone square chamber with multiple archways and hallways going off in different directions, but in the middle of the chamber, you see a campfire and a spit and a human torso being roasted on the spit, and you see a circle of 6 lizard men sitting around the campfire talking.
Yo, let's
I
do
know
Oh,
this is
oh,
fake, but
Bill,
where
it
are we
does
gonna
say
be sick?
that anything I can hear, I can understand. So am
Yeah.
I close enough to hear them? Because I've stealthed
You
up.
can be, yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm
you
gonna do
cast
that
tongues.
first. So I'm gonna say, wait for now, old friend.
All right, so wait, Jaraffa, you're staying
literally
back with
so
Mantra?
close.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, and you're gonna sneak up.
Yeah.
Roll stealth.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Don't scream.
Please fail, please fail, please fail,
Don't
please
fail.
fail.
Don't fail.
Oh my God.
Don't fail.
You're a little gnome man. You're
14.
gonna die.
14 plus stealth. I have good stealth too.
All right,
Hold on. Hold
You-
on. The plus stealth is plus 4. So 18.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right,
Pretty
so
good.
you
Pretty
you
good,
get up
please die.
close enough, and now
You wanted to
you're
die.
on the other flank of the archway, and you almost don't even notice Elhorre. That's how like stealth she is.
Yeah.
You're like, and you go up to the archway, and you see what I described. You see another large stone chamber with columns and all that stuff. It looks trashed.
So I can't
And in the
speak to
middle
them, but I can
is-
understand what they're saying, according to
Yeah,
this.
and in the middle is a campfire with a big spit, and they're roasting like a human torso, and there's 6 of the lizard men. They have like spears and weapons, but they're not like actively holding them. They seem to be like basically making dinner for themselves.
Okay, what
Alright,
are they
who's that?
saying?
So the lizard men are basically just like chit-chatting. They're like, when's the next raid to the surface? And you know, one of them's like, I'm in no hurry. We've got quite a stock of foods. Yes, we do.
So they're
yes,
British lizards?
indeed. The chieftain should let us know soon. And they're just basically talking about like
Okay.
their daily life.
Wow.
And then one of them's like, do you think we should flavor this meat? We should, you know, give it some syrup and sauce. That might sound good.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so. Alright, hold
You
on.
notice one of them take like a fork and just peel off a chunk of the charring flesh and hold it up, and he's like, still needs a little more cooking, but it's juicy and ripe. Ready to eat soon, boys. Ha 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 ha.
Do we have any good. Is Alexia
And then
with
he
us?
and then he eats the chunk of meat. Oh, good question. So you guys are thinking about the fact that Elixia is not there. Here's the reason why. When that earthquake happened, she disappeared.
She is the.
Why
human
everybody
torso.
gotta disappear on us?
Now, you're not sure where she went, but she definitely did not fall down the chasm like Mantra and Jaraffa did. When I say disappear, I mean she disappeared.
She went poof.
Yes. From reality.
Almost like I have the exact same ability that he had with finding with my mandolin. Just kidding.
Maybe you do, Tony.
Yeah, okay. You just learned
There's
that this
6
guy
of 'em.
said chickens got killed. I don't
How
know
many
if
of
you're
us?
right.
Is anybody else an archer?
Yeah.
No.
Let me do this.
Are you an archer?
Nah, I got longbow.
So you're.
Let me catch-
Jaraffa
Monster in a
is
mall.
Do whatever.
an effective archer.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Let me think through.
Let me take out one.
Oh, I have sneak attack now.
You have sneak attack.
Since we're just sitting there,
I
can I
can.
pull
You know
it
what I'm
out
gonna
right
do?
now?
All right.
Well, hold up.
So
wait.
I would like to
I
whisper.
never said I was gonna attack
came
them.
out.
I would like
just
to
said-
whisper
You
to the
just
rest of the
said-
group.
Okay.
So I make like
Yes.
my little like,
Whisper.
I don't.
and I'm like, okay, guys, there's only 6 of them. I'm thinking if I can
You
do
don't know what's
Only
back.
6 that we
Six
know
that
of?
you see
Or-
of, but if they're-
I'm there with him.
Listen,
Never mind. I
if
know
we
what's
can
happening.
do Cloud of Dagger, all right, there's 6 lizards. If we can do Cloud of Dagger, and then Elhorre, if you could do a sneak attack, and then we'll have the muscle behind us. We can pull it off, and I'll have, I believe, 1 or 3 spells left to talk to the lizard, and we can find out what's going on officially and take him prisoner, and like figure out where possibly the scroll is. Maybe a map of underneath the city so we can know where we're going. Getting these lizards are essential to figuring out the secret to Kim Claw. Whatever. I don't
Boston
care.
accent.
Whatever.
Clearly, Caedmon has some sort of
Okay,
speech
okay,
impediment.
alright.
So let's just
break
all
on
leave
3.
Caedmon
1, 2,
be.
3, break. Alright,
1,
go.
2, 3,
Do your
break.
Cloud of Dagger. I'll do my sneak attack. You
Can I
get
pull
ready.
longbow
You
out?
get ready.
No, actually, that's what I said. I don't want to.
I want you to pull your longbow out because I want to try to hit him as much as we can from outside before we go in.
Fine, I'll pull the bow
Because
out.
they're already taking damage with. Or you both took damage.
Okay,
when you
so
fell.
you're going first,
Yeah.
and what are you doing?
I want to do Cloud of Daggers.
Pull it up in your book of spells. So you're gonna set
No, I
a cloud
remember
of
it pretty
daggers
well.
on that point so that it shreds all of them.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
this is basically, this is going to count as the sneak attack round, or as the surprise round.
Okay, cool.
So you're gonna cast Cloud of Daggers.
I am, as soon as I find it. Yeah, here we go. So range 60 feet, good because it's 40 feet. You fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose within range. A creature takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. Also, I also whispered to him really quick, make sure one of them is alive, in case I didn't make that clear earlier. Okay, so let's do it. Let's shred.
Okay, so
Roll
you're
for
gonna
initiative.
roll 4d4. Initiatives after. You're gonna roll 4d4 and add up the total, and that's the damage that they're gonna take. No, d4, the pyramid.
Oh. Gotcha.
4 of them?
6 of them.
I get to roll 6?
No, you're rolling 4
Oh.
of that, and that damage gets applied to 6 of them.
1,
So 1,
4,
5,
1.
6,
3.
9.
9. Okay. So
So we get 9 out of 16 possible.
No, it's not too bad.
out of nowhere,
Oh.
a cloud of daggers appears. And fire and the meat that they were cooking, there's like chunks of meat that go flying, and all the lizard men are just like, ah, 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 and they're confused and slammed and in pain, and now we roll initiative. Now we roll initiative.
Can I get minis?
3.
Damn.
That's a dismal roll, Sam. How do you have
18.
3?
18, Bill.
Add in your initiative bonus.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry, 8.
Okay. Add in your initiative bonus, everybody.
Oh, I got 21, Bill.
I
Okay.
have 21 too.
21, 21,
23.
23.
43 plus 9.
All right, so Jaraffa,
Let's go. I don't know.
Mantra,
He's
Caedmon.
just-
He has an
a lot
18
of
dexterity.
testosterone.
Yeah, it's the test.
Oh,
And is he,
and you have the alert,
alert.
feat.
That was what I was.
That's why your initiative
Alert
is
is
beast mode.
ridiculous.
you gain plus 5 to
Go
initiative?
first.
Dude, wait,
So
what's your
Samantha,
initiative? You got,
you're
like-
last.
Wait, was I supposed to add the plus 5 too?
Yeah.
No, the plus 5's already added.
Oh,
Okay,
my bad.
so
You're good.
Jaraffa,
Yeah.
you see this cloud of daggers,
Longbow.
and there's confusion amidst all of the lizard men, and they're swatting away and trying to like roll back out of the way, and they're getting cut up, and now it's your turn. you can run up and attack.
You should grab one first and kidnap him so we can just go at killing the rest.
What?
Nah,
What is
so
Get
your
they're-
all of the
deal?
other ones down first.
Okay.
Realistically,
fine.
they're in
That's
front
smart.
because I stayed back because I'm too big to be
Right.
stealth.
So you could run up this round.
Mhm.
If you use your action to run and your move, you can get there, and then next round you can attack.
Can I just longbow for now? 'Cause I
You
pulled it
could,
out ahead of
yeah.
time
You
when
can
they were
move up
stealthing.
to the archway,
Yeah.
and then you could shoot with the longbow.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. So go ahead and roll your attack roll,
Uh,
and you get 2 attacks. So you could fire 2 arrows this round.
which one is the 1d8?
No, roll the d20s to see if you hit first,
Oh,
one at a time.
nah.
So
Six.
add in your bonus. Look at your longbow.
Nice.
What's your to hit bonus?
6. So 12.
12.
Mm-hmm.
That's a miss. What's your second one?
Well, 10. So that's a mistake.
Right. You fire 2 arrows into the chaos, but nothing seems to land. All right, Mantra, your turn. If you want to attack with a melee weapon, you'd have to run up. You'd have to use your movement to get to the door and then another movement to get closer.
Can I cast Thunderous Smite on my weapon, on my longsword?
You can run up, so you can use your movement to run up.
And
And
I wanna
then
get,
cast
like, in
Thunderous-
position, like
Yes.
not fighting yet, but like
Right.
ready.
So that's what you do. You prep it,
Mhm.
so it's ready to go. Okay. All right, and then we have Caedmon. You're next.
Okay. So do I have to continue using clouded daggers if I want it to stay there?
Does it say concentration?
Concentration up to 1 minute.
Then yes.
Okay. That would also mean another spell slot, right? Oh, okay. So I can just kind of keep.
You just
Okay.
can't cast anything else right now.
All right. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I can roll. Can I roll again, or is it just continuing at 9 damage?
So you could continue. No, you roll again.
Okay.
And this is how much damage they'll take at their turn because they haven't all moved. That's an
3.
amazing 6 damage. Okay. So they all take some more damage because their turn is now. So they're going to all use their turns to get out of the cloud.
Okay.
Okay, so they all get out of the cloud. They're grabbing spears and shields and kind of rolling around and like looking around for where their opponents are.
And they can't really see us.
And that's
either.
their round. Well, they haven't seen you yet.
Right.
That's their round. Samantha, you're up. Now you're already at the portal, so if you wanted to run up and attack any of the ones that are scrambling to get ready, you can attack.
I'm gonna take. Are there any that are too close by?
No, they've all kind of spread out from the middle of the room.
Okay. Well, I want to go to the one closest to me.
Okay.
I want to take my rapier and go behind it and slit its throat.
Okay. Feel free to roll your attack.
23.
That's definitely a hit. Roll your d8.
This is it.
Yep. Add in your damage.
12.
Okay. You stab
be
it
dead.
heartily.
Is it not dead?
Nope.
What?
And then disengage.
Good move. Okay. So, back to the top of the order. Jaraffa.
Yeah.
You still firing arrows?
Nah, I want to, in a cinematic
Nah.
shot, just like drop it, just be like, God damn it. And then
Okay.
like pick up the hammer and let's.
You throw it to the side and you're like,
Yeah.
He
It's
was
just
on
like,
me.
why did I try that in the first place? I got the hammer now.
over here. Because he's Jamaican, remember?
Yeah.
Is that a turn or is that just dropping the bow?
You could drop the bow and pull out your hammer and attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And then
So you run up to. So here's the scoop.
Yeah.
You know, because you're a seasoned fighter, that if you run up and attack one in conjunction with her, that you will be able to flank that opponent.
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Okay. So you go ahead and run up, roll your attack. You get advantage because you're flanking. So
17.
roll the other one anyway, just because if you get a 19 or a 20, it's a crit. All right. So you now roll your damage, your hammer damage, and add in your damage bonus. So it should be D8 plus.
Plus 6, 9.
You kill it.
Hammer damage.
Oh, we killed it.
You get a second attack.
Yeah.
Now the second attack's on a different opponent than the one that she was attacking, so you don't get advantage, but you still get to get your second attack.
Is there one next to the one that we
Yes,
just killed?
there's one like 5 feet away.
Alright, so can I so what we're gonna do here, cause I flanked it, right?
Yes, but you
So-
killed the one that she was attacking.
So when I did that, I literally cause he was looking this way, so I went bam with the hammer and
Yeah.
just knocked him flat out, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn around and
Can you
another
flip
one
it
and-
first? Can you do like a cool little like?
Yeah, you know what? That's what we'll do.
Thor.
We're gonna hit him when he's not looking.
Yeah.
Throw the hammer, catch it, and then hit the other one.
Ooh, nice!
All right. First,
Sounds like something I would do with my knee dart.
you're gonna make. I don't even know what that is. You're gonna make an acrobatics roll to see if you could pull that
Hey,
shit off.
you ready? You took it 2 or 1.
You just get one roll, one acrobatics roll.
Come on, you like drop.
So
the
if
hammer.
you pull it off, listen. If you pull it off, you get your second attack, and I'll give you an inspiration. If you fail, you don't get your second attack.
All right, I'm trusting this.
Roll acrobatics.
10.
No.
No.
All right, you don't drop your hammer, but you catch it in a weird way, and unfortunately, you don't have time to swing it around. You barely catch it.
No.
Okay.
Man.
Mantra, your turn.
Okay, so the Thunderous Smite is on my longsword.
Yes.
And, so
Feel
wait,
free to jump in anytime.
I'm like at the,
I don't know where
like,
I am.
entrance.
You're at the entrance. You could totally run up and attack any of the first 4 that are nearest you.
Okay, I want to attack the one closest to me.
Okay.
And I just want to,
All right. Run up. First attack.
18.
That's a hit. So what's Thunderous Smite damage and effect do? Read it out loud.
Your weapon rings with thunder that is audible within 300 feet of you, and the attack deals an extra 2d6 thunder damage to the target. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and knocked prone.
Okay. So roll your regular damage with the longsword. D8 plus 6.
This one?
No, the top one closest to your coffee. So that's 7. Now roll the additional damage.
Another one?
No, the whatever it said, the 2D.
I just thought of the best torture technique ever.
An
if we
extra
kidnap this
2d6.
guy.
2 6-siders.
Tell us later after we get this all done.
And he's going to fail his save.
Oh, I'm getting Guantanamo.
So
Bay.
8 plus 6 is 14. He's
Push
dead.
him back into the
2 dead?
daggers.
Bad.
And then you get a second attack. So as long as you're concentrating on Thunderous Smite, you get your second attack.
Okay.
So you pick another person who's 5 feet away. You swing at that lizard man. Go ahead and roll it again to hit. That's a miss. All right, so you swing. You guys hear the echo, the roaring echo of thunder, and you see she hits this one lizard man so hard that his body, because he's dead midair, flies back 10 feet and falls to the ground. And then she swings, and this other lizard man's like, and like ducks just barely to avoid you. Okay, Caedmon, you're up.
Okay. Can you tell me like the location of the remaining 4?
Yes, they're all in a circle outside of your cloud of daggers. Now
They're
you
all
can
in a
move.
circle?
They basically imagine that you centered it on the cloud. They all rolled out of the cloud to avoid death.
Okay.
So you could move your cloud, and it would affect 2 more of them on their turn.
Shredding them.
Can we say that I have 3 spell slots left? 'Cause
That's
I
all you
need-
have.
That's fine. I need 2 for this torture technique.
Okay. But the cloud doesn't. You're still concentrating on the cloud. You can move the cloud.
Okay. Oh, and I don't have to.
You don't have to use another spell
All right.
slot.
I
You
moved
just-
the cloud. I
Okay.
moved the cloud out of the
I
circle.
part the sea.
So you center the cloud now over 2 of them that are to the right.
Yeah.
So roll the d4s, the 4d4 damage. 4.
4.
That's good.
Uh-oh. Sweep it.
6.
Yes.
10. Nice.
Alright.
12.
Clouds are
Wow.
strong.
So 2 more of them are just getting shredded. Okay, top of their turn. The 2 that are getting shredded are going to use their. They're basically going to disengage from the cloud. So they roll out of the cloud to disengage from it to not take any more damage after they got jacked up. The other 2 are going to run over and attack you guys. So one of them's attacking you, Sam. Miss. The other one's going to attack you, Mantra. Also a miss. All right, Sam, you're up.
The one that came up to attack me, I'm gonna.
So just to tell you, if you
Hi.
move,
Yeah.
If you move around that one, you'll get a flanking bonus to attack the one that she missed, which means you'll have advantage and you'll do sneak attack damage.
She's already.
I want to do that.
Okay, so roll with advantage. So roll 2d20s, take the higher of the two.
10, 18.
Yeah, that's a hit. Now you roll your d8 for your damage.
9.
Okay, plus your sneak attack damage. And you're up to 3d6 now for sneak attack damage, right?
So 3.
3 6-siders.
Three
So,
Ds.
yeah, 9 plus this. 12, 13,
15, 16.
Dead.
Fists of six.
You brutally shank it.
All right,
Oh,
remember
yeah.
one of them has
Oh,
to
yeah.
live.
Okay,
Okay, so we have 3
um,
left. Alright.
Ja,
I need one of
You're
them
up.
alive.
Can I go by the 2 that he just
Yes.
messed up?
yes.
Alright.
One of
Are
them
you
should be
attacking
kidnapped.
one to each?
Mm-hmm.
Can you
Okay,
hold him
so
in
you
a
attack the
stronghold?
first one.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Kill
These
them
are
too.
very heavily wounded.
No, we need
These
one.
ones
There's
are?
two. There's only
There's
two
one left
There's
that
three.
she's next to.
Yeah. Alright, so they're right next to each other, right?
Yes.
Oh, there's 3 left, right?
So you're going around the left side,
Mm-hmm.
or sorry, the right side, because they jumped out of his cloud after taking more damage from it, and you can attack them.
Alright, the first thing I want to do then is I want to just go up to the first one and lay a nice little smack across the face. with the
Okay.
Hammer. Do I get 1 roll of 20s or 2?
One
1?
per attack.
14.
That's a hit. Roll
Yeah.
damage.
14.
Dead.
Alright, and then here's what I want to do. So I'm going to swing and hit him,
Yeah.
and then I want to pull out a dart from my pocket and throw it around right at the other guy that was right behind us.
That's too many attacks for you.
on.
But
You get one
can-
more attack with
grab,
your hammer.
Grab the other weak one.
Or,
and, like, use him
listen,
to, like,
you get one more attack with your hammer, or you could throw the dagger. Your choice, but you only get 2 attacks.
Can I throw the hammer?
grapple.
You could throw the
I'm
hammer.
throwing the hammer then.
It's not a throwing hammer, but you could throw it.
I'm throwing the hammer.
All right,
I
go
got
ahead.
One more.
You roll 2 d20s and take the lower of the 2.
5.
So 5 plus what's your bonus to hit?
With the hammer?
Yeah.
Well, there's no throwing, but the attack bonus is 6. So I'm throwing in a 11.
All right, it misses
What? How?
because it does. They have
That's
better armor class than
bogus.
that. All right, mantra.
So how many are left?
There's
There's
2
two
left. One that's been carved up from his cloud of daggers, and another one that's facing off near you.
Is the one near me the
You
strongest one left?
Yes.
kill that one.
Yeah, I want to.
Now, by the way, you can, just so you guys know, you can actually attack things
Perfect.
with the intent of knocking them unconscious, doing non-lethal damage. So,
Oh,
like
wait.
in your case, you
No,
can hit him
knock
with the
other
flat
one,
of your
one that's
long sword.
already weak, unconscious.
Is the
Just
one
kill this
that's already like weak?
Yeah.
Like, what's his state?
Like almost dead.
Okay.
He's just bleeding from many different cuts.
Oh.
Okay, then he's gonna die.
Right.
So I want to hit him unconscious,
Okay.
and I have chains. Can I like chain him up?
Yes.
he
So
can-
let's roll the hit first.
Not 20.
You go up and just like hit him upside his head, and he drops. He's
He's dead.
unconscious. You immediately knock him out.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Okay, Caedmon.
What? Ready? We'll act it out like the
Caedmon.
guys always do.
You notice
Try- pretend
Mantra.
to hit me.
Caedmon. You notice Mantra knock out one of the lizard men and not kill him, and he crumbles. And you see she pulls out some chain to start tying him up. There's still one though
You got him.
that is you, now, Caedmon, you could knee dart him, or you could just concentrate on your cloud of daggers and carve him up
shank him up.
without having to do anything except roll damage.
Or
I'm thinking what would be
Glorian
best for the torture.
Okay,
Okay,
again,
hold
let
on,
me
hold
describe to you.
There's
She
one
already
unconscious.
knocked
I
out
know.
one and is tying him up.
I'm
This
deciding
other
if I
one,
want one of them alive,
This
another
other
one
guy's
alive.
gonna
The
die.
other one is alive.
The other one's gonna die.
I
This
know.
one's alive.
Okay.
He's just blacked out for a little bit.
All right.
If you hit with the D-dart, he's dead.
if you move your cloud of daggers, he's dead.
Beach
The
was
knee
right.
dart requires
What's,
a roll.
What's the glory in that, Bill?
I mean, it's a pretty cool spell.
I think I
So
should
Tony.
throw you the dart.
you,
Just
Do you
kill
want me to
him.
knee dart him?
We
Fine.
already
kill
have
him.
Whatever.
We have
Okay,
our
I moved the
own
cloud of
too.
dart. I moved the cloud of darts
you
and I
go.
cut him up.
okay.
Okay.
You don't even have to roll the damage because he was so close to
what
death.
if I changed the cloud?
You-
What? The hammer could have knocked him.
You yeah, it could have if you hit.
Oh,
But so
God.
Tony, you move the cloud,
Disappointing.
concentrating once again, and he ineffectually tries to move out of the way, and the cloud just eviscerates him and carves him up like meat.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
All right.
What is the meat ripe and juicy now?
We
I
should
yell
make
out
the
loud.
other lizard man eat him for torture.
So
I was thinking about that, but I have a better technique.
Oh my
I'm about to
God.
get dark.
Oh, wait, before
wait.
before you get all dark, are there other like hallways?
yes, so
Can
you
I
guys,
just look-
I'll describe to you. This room, like the other ones, has hallways that go off in each of these directions. South, west, going back where you came, because remember this turned. Northeast, so northeast or south
Let's get him and
are
get out.
hallways that you haven't
Yes.
explored yet.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Hold on. After this, so do you end the cloud once everybody's dead, or do you just?
I yell out loud. I'm like, grab him, let's go, and I put the cloud for a second more in front of the doorway that we run back through, just in case anyone tries to follow us.
So you go back west to where you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're leaving.
So you keep the cloud going. You
Mhm.
guys retreat after. Well, you retreat first, and then you retreat, and then you keep the cloud like covering the door,
Yeah.
and you're carrying the lizard
Can I
man,
go
which
pick up all my
you
stuff?
can do easily.
I kind of threw all my
Yeah. So
stuff.
before you retreat, you get your hammer and all your other stuff.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Can I grab the hammer and?
So you guys go back down the hall to the west, and you go around the turn, and you stop there, okay? And you've got the lizard man. So
No, out. We need to get out of the chasm.
okay. Oh,
we don't
all
know.
the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how.
There's more lizard people.
I don't know if there's more coming. And
Okay.
I want to get him at least out into daylight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are
Ooh.
going back down the hall.
Yeah.
And
Aren't you
I
when
need
glad
to
you
I
go
get-
put
back.
the rope
I'm sorry.
there?
I need to go back. I need to get one of the dead lizards.
Why?
Part of the torture.
He wants to speak with Dead with it.
No, I'm gonna tell him that he gets one last question. He gets to ask his friends that are
Okay.
dead,
Why?
because I'll be like, I killed all of your friends. You can ask them. You could say goodbye if you want. I'll let
Okay.
you say goodbye.
You move the cloud. You can't carry a lizard man body, but Jaraffa can.
Okay.
All right. So now you have a dead lizard man and a live lizard
Are
man.
you carrying the alive
You
one?
guys go
I am.
back to
High five.
so you guys go back to the chamber that you first discovered prior to this bending hallway, where like it had been scraped. The murals had been scraped.
Just keep going.
You guys keep going. When you get to that chamber, you hear something.
No,
No,
stop.
guys.
There's. Remember how there was two other hallways?
Mhm.
You hear someone coming down the eastern hallway.
Oh, someone or something.
You're not sure, but you hear footsteps.
A lot or just like one thing?
It sounds like just one.
We should do the same.
It's Olin.
We should do-
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Where
I
have you
whisper.
been?
I yell, Olin, let's go. I don't have time. And we just keep
You don't know if it's Olin.
I don't care. I just say that out loud.
Okay.
No, wait.
Olin, as you walk down the hallway, up ahead, you see a chamber, and you see your friends.
Friends!
Olin, we're running for lizard people. Let's go.
So as he comes to the door, to the archway into this room, you notice Olin seems to be in good health, but you notice there's like some sand, like on his hood. You know how he like wears the hood in his cloak? Like there's little like sand on his hood.
We can ask about it later. Let's just not die.
Okay, so where do you guys go?
We run right out.
You notice, by the way, that Jaraffa's carrying a dead lizard man, and Mantra's carrying a lizard man that's tied up in chains.
What the hell is going on
We'll
here?
explain later. Let's move.
Okay, so you guys go all the way back
Yeah.
to the rift.
Yes.
Okay, you're following them. You notice that they go through more of these rooms, and these rooms look similar to some of the rooms that you've been through, except the rooms that you went through were all defaced. All these murals were defaced by the lizardmen, and like the rooms were destroyed.
I knew
But
it
you
was
notice
the lizard men. You said
that the
no.
rooms that you get to with them don't seem to have been defaced, and you notice like images of all these different like humanoid figures in some of these rooms.
I'm gonna kind of like stop and stare
Okay.
for a second.
You take it in, and it seems to be
Sticking
images
a stairway
that
in my
have been painted long ago. But these ones, unlike the other rooms that you had snuck through, had not been defaced. So the murals are complete. And you notice images that depict different humans, both male and female, of different ages.
Can I roll history or something to see if I recognize it?
You can.
Wait, what would I roll? History or
History or religion, your choice, or Arcana.
15.
Okay.
Oh,
From
if
a-
it's Arcana, then
From an
18.
Arcana perspective or a history perspective, you don't recognize any of these depictions as being similar to the 4 elemental gods of New Wolf Olmai.
Okay.
You're not sure if maybe these are historical figures from long ago, you know, like heroes or other people, but they don't seem to be any depictions that you're familiar with.
Okay.
So you guys continue on, you make it back to the rift, and you notice now that as they're climbing over this rock pile, that there's like, it's no longer the architecture with the big blocks, it's like literally ground and rock, bedrock that's been sundered apart. A chasm, and you notice like sunlight coming through, but barely any sunlight, like twilight, like evening light.
Okay.
And you notice that there's a rope. So your rope is there still.
We gotta figure out. All right, if we're going to the surface, where are we taking these lizard men? We can't just walk through town with them.
As you're saying this, the one that you're carrying is awake, and it's like,
Can I just like try and
knock him out again. Yeah, you do. I mean, basically, you just hit him really hard in the head, and he knocks out again.
Dinks.
bang
I
him
say we
against
hide
the
in the
wall.
cemetery.
Hide in the cemetery. Why just go to the surface and talk to them?
That's what I want to do, but I think we should hide
Wait.
in the cemetery in one of the tombs.
I'm sorry. You guys seem like you have a very intense lizard problem that I'm confused about. But I'm here to find something, and I'm kind of already here, so I don't know if I want to leave.
Okay. We can stay here.
We
okay.
can also
Okay.
go to the room where we know, like the room that we were first at, the first chamber.
Okay. Okay.
Where like
All right,
we
you
know
know
that
what?
there's
All
no
right.
other.
Why would
I
they
listened to
waste
the
that?
logic of my friends, and I'm like, all right, we can stay in one of the. Oh, what if we stay in one of the monk rooms? That's just kind of off to the side, so we're not out in the open. So
One
if
of the
like
ones
we
they
hear
haven't
someone coming.
destroyed.
Yeah.
So you guys go back to the first chamber.
Yeah. First chamber. We don't want to
Okay.
go too far in.
You go back to the first chamber with the murals. They're all intact.
Yeah, and I want to actually let's get him in front of the murals because I want to see how he reacts
Okay.
when he opens his eyes.
So you have the dead body like propped up against a column.
Yeah,
And
who's
then
holding
Oh
you-
no, I have there. Okay, so in the middle of the room there are 2 chairs.
Yeah.
One of the chairs.
There are no chairs, but
Okay.
you
I
can grab
find
like
beds.
dressers or
whatever.
beds. Okay.
One side is the alive one. One side is the dead one.
Okay.
Right? They're like I'd say like probably let's say 10 feet apart from each
Okay.
other. So I wait for the other lizard to wake up.
All right. He wakes up.
Okay. And he has conscious. He can see me and
Yep.
stuff. Okay. I walk
He
right
seems
over.
to be panicked, like looking around as if he doesn't know where he is.
So
He looks at all of you.
So I walk over to the dead lizard, I cut off a little chunk of the flesh, and I just eat it in front of him. And I look him dead in the eye.
Make a Constitution check not
oh,
to throw up.
Jesus Christ.
So that's your saving throws. Constitution.
What is this
Okay.
foreplay?
Whatever Constitution.
It's 2.
Okay.
9.
Yeah. So you're like, and you throw up. It's the most disgusting thing that you've ever tasted.
Throw up on him?
Yeah,
It
throw up
tastes
on the
worse
person.
than any meat that you've ever eaten. It tastes like rotten chicken, and you vomit.
You throw up on his like leg.
Alright, we're starting this again. Mantra knock
The
him out.
lizard man looks confused, but also like worried.
Okay, he's worried. Okay, that's
Yeah.
all that matters. Okay, I walk over, and I grab so I could like speak to him.
Yeah.
Like this little
And I'm
man
just like-
standing on his knees.
I'm
and
just
you're
like, I just look him dead in the eye, and I'm just like, your life means nothing to me. And I'm like,
You're
I
using
just,
tongues now.
Yeah, I'm using tongues to speak to him.
He seems surprised that you speak his language.
Yes. I'm like, listen. I'm like, I am a god. I'll crush you. Your life means nothing to me. All right. And I'm still gonna kill you, but I will grant you one last wish in return for information. I'll let you say goodbye to your friend.
He looks over at the lizard man and he's like, but he's dead.
I can speak to the dead.
You are very small for a god.
Can I go over there and grab his shoulder?
This
and
is just
be
the
like,
shape that I like. Pally boy.
All right,
Lizard
now
man.
you can make a deception roll for this pack of collies that you're committing.
Yeah.
Collies?
This worked better in my head.
Yeah.
9.
Can I go over there and intimidate
Oh,
him?
my deception's +6 though, so
Okay.
I have 15.
So he's like,
God.
little people do have strange magics.
What room is this? You look confused.
It is somewhere in the Undercity, but not a place we go.
Where do you go?
In our domain, in the Undercity.
What marks your domain?
Everywhere that the chief has claimed as his domain is our domain.
Okay.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Who is the demon that resides within the chasms?
Roll insight. He doesn't answer you at first.
God.
He seems confused. Like he's not sure what you're asking.
Okay. I need you to tell me to the best you can, a description of your entire domain and the locations that mark it and what resides within it.
You will set me free?
Yes.
Make a deception roll.
Oh, he had 7, Bill. That's weak.
No, that's not what I was rolling for.
How do you?
Wait, 5 plus 6 is like 11.
He's like, you will set me free if I tell you?
Yeah.
He
If you
goes,
answer all my questions, I'll set you free.
We
Bill,
have lived
Bill,
in the
not a moment.
Undercity for many years.
Okay.
Our chief claims it. We raid the surface dwellers for meats and food and items.
When did your people arrive there?
Many long years ago, lifetimes ago.
Why? Do you know?
It is where we live. We live under the city and under the mountain.
Under the mountain. What's under the mountain?
More city.
Right. Can you tell me the location, the specific locations of the city and what reside there? Yes.
Whole
Could
city.
you draw me a map of the city?
He looks down at the chains.
No.
Is there any way I could like get Jaraffa to wiggle
Yeah.
one arm through the
Sure.
chain? Okay.
Yeah.
One arm is released through the chain.
Okay, so what do you give him? Like a piece of chalk and something?
Yeah, I
some
have.
parchment?
Yeah.
All right, so he begins to draw out a crude map, and it takes a long time. And you notice, like, as he's drawing it, he like tries to think, and he's like, oh yeah, and then he like draws more, and then so what he draws out basically is a series of what you guys already explored, but it seems to go further north and further east. And you notice that at the end of the furthest, most northeast point, he draws like a little crack. And then after the crack, he doesn't draw anything. He goes, Chief says not to go past the chasm. That is the end of our domain. Past the chasm is only death, he says.
Let's go past the chasm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You also notice that he doesn't draw anything where you guys currently are.
They don't go there.
Why might your chief be scared of the room we're in right now? Do any of these characters look familiar to you? Any
He
of the
looks around and
portraits?
he's like, human gods. They watch with their eyes. They watch us now. Chief says stay out of human god rooms.
What was the other rooms? I can't speak sign language, so I don't know. I can't say that.
What are the other rooms? What resided in these other rooms?
Other gods, but we scratch their eyes out. They can't see us.
Why not scratch these guys' eyes out?
Don't know. Maybe these gods more powerful.
Who are in these rooms? These little rooms? that go up and down the chasm?
No one in Undercity. Only us.
Who were there before? There were robes, masks.
Humans,
Long ago?
don't know.
Don't-
Before us.
Before you. Where were you before that? Where were your people before here?
In mountains, in hills, in other caves.
Okay. I'm gonna run a couple of words by you. I want to see what you have to say about them. Nezrak the Necromancer. That was the main one. Medusa Isle.
You're asking like a peasant about like these crazy magical things that only like grand wizards and like old demons know about. This like random ass lizard is not gonna know shit about Medusa Isle.
Okay, you're right. I feel like we got enough information out of him. Does anyone else have any other questions?
We don't
I'll think
understand
really
what's
hard.
happening.
I
We're
don't
just
think we
sitting
can
there
get-
like,
yeah, we
"What
don't
are you
understand."
talking
So I
about?"
turned to him and I'm
Can you
like,
just, recap?
essentially, what
Do
he
you,
said.
all right, so Tony, do you actually recap to the rest of them? Because
Yeah.
they don't understand.
Yeah, I
what
do.
you-
So
All right,
I-
so you explain to them what you've kind of
Right, I
gleaned.
tell them about the crack and the chasm and the domains and then the gods with the human eyes.
As they are distracted talking, I kind of sneak behind the lizard guy. Just get my rapier ready. 'Cause I
Okay.
really want to just slit his throat
Okay.
when they're done with him.
All right, Sam, I make eye contact with you and like
Message me.
I message you very quickly. I'm like, when I give the signal, do it. And I'm just like, all right, lizard, you've answered my questions. I'll set you free with your friends. And then I look to Sam, and she has a nat 20.
Yeah, he's dead. you give her the signal, and
Wait, before I do it, I look at him, I'm like,
he looks at you, and then you
haha.
shank him, and he's dead.
Okay.
Man, it sucks getting an arm loose and he didn't do anything.
He was just like,
He was just like,
So
okay.
fast. Alright, so you want to go down to where he said not to go? Where they don't go?
I looked at Olin, and I just sort of stared at him for a second. I want to see what his reaction is.
What do you?
I don't know. I don't even know what they're talking about.
Olin, where were you? We looked at the temple for you,
Yeah.
and the monks seemed to not know where you were.
Well,
You said you were going to look at the temple. Where did you go?
the abbot showed me a secret room.
Why? He wouldn't tell us anything.
I asked. I'm not lying.
You can roll
What did you-
insight.
What did you find?
What did you find?
You,
I
you
haven't
can roll
found it
insight
yet.
to see if he's telling the truth.
Nah, that's not gonna happen. I have no idea.
13 plus.
I haven't
what am I?
found
What am
it
I
yet.
rolling? Investigation.
Insight.
Insight. Plus 1.
You feel like he's telling you the
I
truth.
think he's telling the truth.
I thought he was telling us the truth.
Okay. So you didn't find your scroll?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I say we go to the northeast.
So based on the crude map that the lizard man drew, you figure out that you must have come in to the east and north.
Can you draw sort of
So
what he drew?
you're
so
not
we can
far-
have that? Just
you're
there,
not
that's
far
fine. That's
from-
the chasm right there. Death.
Bill, if you could just sign this document.
There you go.
Dick.
There's like a million. He drew like a whole bunch of hallways and rooms that intersect and cross and
Okay.
and.
All right, so they're like.
So based on the crude map and what you guys kind of have shared, you figure that you came in from where you were pretty close to where that chasm is,
Okay.
like just short of it.
So the monastery is
You,
like here.
you went the wrong way, basically.
So
You came down and you went south and west.
You should have been going northeast.
Yeah, so you guys figure that if you kind of snake northeast, that you'll end up back where you came in.
We should go out and then back to. Unless, did you find a safe route over here? Were you uninterrupted by lizard monsters and stuff?
Yeah, I was just walking.
All right, I say we follow him then back there. So we can assume the monastery is right here, about roughly.
Yes. So you feel like if you just retrace your steps, that you guys could avoid the lizard men and probably get back to where you came in and go in another direction. The only problem is that you might recall you didn't see any other directions. You saw one hallway,
Yeah.
and that's why you went south and west.
No chasm?
So,
I didn't see a chasm.
you guys proceed going through.
Well, he drew all the hallways, right?
Yeah.
And it all looks
Yes.
adds up to us? Okay.
So you guys basically go back in, but this time you go east and then north and then east and north, following the directions that Olin went, where he met up with you. And you seem to be able to avoid like the infestation of lizardmen. But you travel for quite a while. Like you're going for like a half an hour, sneaking through. You occasionally run up and like kind of scope out, you know, what's like up ahead. You don't hear anything. You don't see the lizardmen. The difference is that these hallways and chambers that you pass through on your way back do not have any murals. Not that they've been scratched out. They just never had them at all. They're just plain rooms.
Nine rooms. Can I go into one of the rooms and just see if there's any similar monk stuff or
No, these
nothing?
don't have any monk stuff. There's no side antechambers like the little rooms. You just go through a hallway, you get to a big chamber with columns, but no murals. You go through another hallway, big chamber, columns, no murals.
And it looks like nothing was ever. It's not.
And it
no
looks like the
scratch.
lizard men have never been here. It doesn't look like there were murals that were scratched away. It's just large rooms. You guys continue on for about a half an hour with all of this similar architecture, and you finally end up in an area that looks like it's a rift, like an earthquake created it. And he leads you through this like cavern to a big open underground cave. And it's so big that you can't even see the ceiling. Like the ceiling looks like it's well past your 60 feet of dark vision range.
40 feet.
And Olin's like, this is where I came down from up there.
He came down from up.
This
Oh,
is
yeah?
the room. This is
Yeah,
the
this-
room that you fell into.
You fell
You
into
fell?
it?
A little gracefully, but yes.
Olin,
Okay.
can you describe us everything that happened with you and the abbot until you're meeting us?
It's just really not important. He told me that what I seek is down here.
Did he
And
know
he
what you
said-
seek before you said anything, or did you
I
say
told him.
something to him first?
And I told him.
What exactly did you say to him? Because we were very inquisitive as well, and it didn't work. And usually that works for me. So
I don't see why this is important.
I just want to know.
It's got nothing to do with the lizards.
Then why aren't you
It's
telling us?
My
if it's
personal
so
information.
unimportant, then why aren't you telling us? We already know
Then
you
what's
have a
your
patron.
mom's maiden name? What was your first dog's name?
Wuggabug. Both of those names were Wuggabug. We named the dog after my mom's maiden name. Wuggabug. It's a very common gnomish name.
It's a pretty ridiculous
It's like
name.
Smith, but for gnomes. Wuggabug.
Tony, you realize now I'm forced to create an NPC of your mom,
Yeah.
whose name will be
Wuggabug.
Sharon Wuggabug. Or like Kathy Wuggabug.
Hold on. Can I have a dramatic? I want a dramatic, like, notorious. So we were talking about Notorious B.I.G. Unsolved.
Can we
And I
not?
just want.
Hey, you said
I just want to find out what he knows. We always.
Who cares?
you
It's
said
his
we-
personal business.
You said you could
What
come
I
up-
know is not going to help what you're trying to
Why are we
find.
talking-
I don't even know what you're trying to find. You're seeking for
Answers.
Yeah. And my answers have nothing to do with to answer your questions.
Continue.
What do you know? What do you know? No, I'm kidding. I don't say that. But I'm just like,
I need to pee.
if it's so unimportant to you, then why don't you just
It's
tell
important
us?
to me, yeah.
Oh, so it is. So you've already lied once. You said it wasn't important
It wasn't important to you.
to me. Why isn't it important to me?
Because
Yeah.
this is my personal information. This is what I've been going through with for my entire life. Why do you need to know every single little secret about me?
Because that's when we start to put stuff together, man.
My secrets have nothing to do with how to find this place.
Wait,
I don't
wait,
know how
wait,
to find this
wait,
place.
Wait. Human gods watch with eyes. Do you remember when Beecher had that whole little moment when like his eyes like lit up and
Yeah,
he could like
and I was
see
being spoken
the
to.
immortals?
Yes.
Oh,
Little birdie.
my God. What if the the murals were other patrons from the past or something, or they were other like messengers of the gods.
Potentially. I don't know. I don't know who those were. What those were.
You feel like he's being truthful.
I know he's being
insofar as
truthful.
he doesn't know what they are.
Keeping that in mind. All right, fine. Let's try to find this cavern.
So you guys are in a very large underground
Oh my god.
cavern.
We've been asking
Like
about this.
This is not stone blocks like the architecture that you walked through. This is like literally like bedrock, like foundation, stone, earth. You look around. Everybody make an investigation roll.
20. 8.
You jinxed it. Oh, come on. I got a 3.
22.
8 plus 0 is 8.
18.
Anybody get over a 15? You
Me.
and you. You guys are searching. You search the entire perimeter, and this is a huge chamber. It's like hundreds of feet across. And as you're searching, you finally, to the northeast, you had an 18, you come across an area of rocks that looks like, naturally like some boulders fell and stuff. But as you're going around the rocks, you notice a fissure, a thin break in the wall, and it leads to a cave to the northeast.
Is it big enough to go through?
It's big enough to go through.
Enter. So we go in. If Mooxhu shares that information with us.
Come on, everybody, let's go.
So, what do you guys do?
We going?
Mooxhu has to tell us first.
I found an entrance.
Really? I like waddle over there, but very quickly.
I'm gonna quickly move over there.
Can I do my last spell? Can I do Fairy Fire?
Sure. Into the hallway?
Yeah, just to like.
Okay. It does not illuminate anyone or anything that's hidden. You don't see it like really do very much.
Okay, just want to make sure.
This cave that you've discovered seems to go further into the mountain. And as you guys are looking down this cave and you've cast your fairy fire, Olin, you hear the voice of Jaquan. And the voice of Jaquan is in your mind.
Wait, is
and
Jaquan dead?
It is amplified and lower. And the voice says this: "That is the way to the scroll."
You're welcome. I don't hear it, but
I'll continue on.
I
Okay.
follow.
You guys continue on
Mm-hmm.
into the cave. And we'll find out what happens next on Summer Sessions
you guys
2019.
didn't want to interrogate the lizard.